Backstage.
Good evening, good night, anytime you're watching this show, listening to us right now live on Paradise FM. Greetings from us, the whole team. And it's a blessed time again, and the artist we have today in the building, and I don't think we have the right words to define him right now, to describe him. I call him one of the most consistent artists of the new age of the Gambian music renaissance. You know what I mean? Since the first day I met this artist, it was in the studio. And anytime we meet, it must be something that deals with music. Definitely. That means whatever he is doing, he has music part of it. You know what I mean? And I know most of us Gambians hardly give compliments, but I give it. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show, Mr. T-Smallz. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll return the same thing you told me. You know what I mean? He's
no, I'm just welcoming you, sir.
I know, but I'll return that to you first. You know what I mean? ENC is also one of the most consistent artists. You know what I mean? So
you're on the show, brother. You've been flying around. You've been flying around lately. This is not the first time. You know what I mean? But I think this one was. Yes, on a huge platform.
Major, definitely. This one was major, you know what I mean, and definitely went to almost like 6 countries, you know.
We've been following the posts on Facebook, and you know what I mean. I know you've been putting smiles on your fans' faces and the Gambia at large.
Definitely.
What's the experience?
Great. Lessons learned.
I think it turned T-Smallz to be a preacher somehow because you've been posting some positive notes for the people.
People, definitely.
Or is it because from the from what you see, what you learn lately?
Yep. And definitely, it's like, you know, when you never see the other side of it, you cannot tell the story, you know. And I start to see that, you know what I mean? That's because you work with different people and you see how they work together, which I was doing here, but the positive vibes was not involved in it.
That means they have love in compaction, like...
Yes, it doesn't matter what, of course, people... Normally, day-to-day, people have their differences, you know what I mean? Because we all human beings. But at the end of the day, when we're going for a common goal, a common interest, we need to come together as well, you know? So I see that, and I know my people need that. So I can't be selfish to just keep that in me, and without telling the people that unity is the strength and togetherness is the strength, you know what I mean? So that was the reason why I have to keep telling the people that let's come together and walk, you know what I mean? Because that's the only way out, yeah.
What was the mission? What was the mission of the tour? Was it on record deals or booking shows? Or what was the mission? What was it actually?
It was more of recording an EP, an international EP.
Okay,
I mean, that's one of the projects that made me go. We recorded 2 EPs, separate EPs. You know, one for the international war, and of course the versatile EP. Also, we targeted the international and put Gambia on it as well, which is done by Hardcore Productions.
Okay,
and the Switch EP, that is my international EP, that's going to be digitally released, I mean, with Swing Kids and Rufflings.
Everybody know how versatile you are. Nobody can take that from you.
Definitely.
When you go outside recording EPs or singles or collabos, I know sometimes certain kind of flavor in genre must knock on your head, say, okay, I think this is the right genre for this part. Do you have certain kind of things that goes like that? Okay, when I'm in Germany, I have to do a song like this. When I'm in England, I have to do a song like this. When I'm in Gambia, I have to do a song like this. Do you take it that way, or do you just keep it random?
Most of the time, the songs comes in the mood I am.
Okay.
Not just the place I am, but the mood I am in. You know, if it meets me in a party mood, then the song is gonna be a party type. You know, if it meets me in a sad mood or a complaint mood or whatever, that's how the song is gonna come out.
So what are most of the songs you recorded already for the APs?
Yeah.
What genre was more?
Most of them are dancehall and Afrobeats. You know what I mean? Mostly songs that can make the people dance in the clubs, you know.
Why?
Yeah, because like right now, the penetration in Europe and almost everywhere in the world, it's music that is happy. You know what I mean? And the concentration is more on that. And definitely, I want a platform for myself on this on the international scene as well. You know what I mean? I want to be part of that platform, and the only way to do it is to follow the steps that they've been doing.
If you throw that kind of thing to Gambia right now, where we see ourselves, where we belong to, is that kind of groove here? Is that kind of...
It's here, but it's not much. You know what I mean? It's not much, and I think we should start looking at it very, very seriously, because if the people, music is to make the people happy, is to make the people dance. We have more of a vibe kind of music, that listening type of music that people can listen and relate to. But when people go to the clubs, they want to dance, they want to have fun, and you cannot bring a positive song into the dance sometimes. Of course, there are some positive songs that's going to make people dance.
Does that have to do with the artist or the producer in a way? Because we are here mostly is producers who have beats and call you upon and say, I come.
Yes.
Unless if the artist have a studio of his own.
Yes. Yes.
So how can we bridge that barrier, or how can we just close that gap?
I said this on X-Mile show. I said this on almost all the shows, all the radio shows that I've been to. Production counts a lot. Production is one of the most important thing for artists. And producers, trust me, they play like 60% to the music. And if the producers can look at it in that dimension, I mean, in that direction, definitely the artist will follow up. Because you want to work with the producer. And the producers, I think all the artists here believe already that the producers know far way better than they do. So if the producers can start thinking that way to build up songs that are really going to be more of happy songs. I'm not saying we should just concentrate on that. Of course, the society got problems. We need to talk about them, you know. But
can you recommend, is there any producer who've ever done that kind of example? Can you give that to a producer and see if we can discuss a little bit about that? Did any one of them set any kind of example like that yet in the Gambia, like example of the beats that they made that we think that you think we can really follow up on and make something happen in the Gambia?
My experience with because in the Gambia, most of my productions are mostly producers that are not in the Gambia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? From Al Below to Always on My Mind to Until I Make It. I mean, like, not the Gambian producers produce this songs, you know what I mean? But I have songs also that have been produced by Gambian producers, and I have experiences with them. And I would say, of course, Hakeem, Sons of Light, had a vibe like that. But at some point, I can tell Shy Boy got lineups which are really danceable, and you got loads of artists in it, but this is only on a lineup which the artists are on, and I'm thinking, why not the whole project of the artist? You know what I mean? Or why not a single artist with loads of songs that are really danceable? But I can see also the direction like he's taking with other young artists that are coming up, like example of Nyancho, Badibunkas, and the style is different, but it's still danceable in the clubs. You know, but this has to affect almost everybody. You know what I mean? Almost all the artists that are involved. B-Master is not really working with loads of Gambian artists, but I know he does Afrobeat, and Afrobeat is not a music that is cold. It's a music that goes like 120 upwards most of the time.
Sometimes I've seen people making suggestions that Gambian musicians should try a pave way in the Afrobeats and something. I know some of the fans will feel Afrobeats is being owned by Nigerians, Ghanaians.
No.
Do you want to say something
I deny that totally, because when we say Afrobeat, we're talking about the whole Africa. The African beat. The word is driven from the African beat. You know, it's called Afrobeat, but the original word is from African beat. You know what I mean? And African beat can be our sawurbas, our shabars, but then we just need to know how to fuse it. We just need to know how to fuse it so it belongs to us, and we make it danceable as much as the Nigerians do. The Nigerians are only doing what they own, but they put it on. Of course, Afrobeats got influence from techno, house music, reggae, and of course, pop. You know, all these things together, and of course the hip hop artists that are in Nigeria still blend both in. So it's a fusion of different kind of things together. So this, I think, the artists also have a role to play in this, because if you're versatile enough or you are an artist enough, you should be able to know what you want and how you want your song to look like. You know, but like I said from the beginning, the producers got 60% part to play in this, you know, not just the artist.
From T-Smallz's point of view, how far do you think the music industry has gone to? Yet.
To be honest, like, people keep saying, okay, this year there is not much work done and this, that. I could say still, like individual work is been done. I mean, like, artists are gone. Like, I was saying that to Wagan just now. I'm like, yo, I'm super happy, man, because everybody's busy. Everybody's doing their thing, and there is a vibe going on, and people are really knowing the Gambian artists are working hard, you know, but it's never going to be shown out. I mean, people will not see that much work because they will only see the artists doing it, the individuals doing it. They won't see it as Gambian music is going big because it's the individuals that are working and not the Gambian musicians. I mean, the Gambian artists together.
But how can that fusion be done? And
we need to have a union.
Okay.
We need to have a union. The artists need to have a union by now.
The artists themselves or the music union at large.
If we don't have the artist union or the music union, the music union is just an office. I'm like, this union have to be us first. Before
don't you think
I'm not saying, excuse me, I'm not saying like we just need an office, a bureau where things are happening. No. To me, this is not the union. This is just a function, or this is just an office that is functioning for us to do things, paperwork and so on. But the union is us, me, you, G, Jalimadi, Manding, whoever, the rest of the artists, A's, the rest of the artists, the producers, the promoters, all of us coming together in one common interest, and that is what the music industry to go forward. You know what I mean? We can fight outside the street, but when we come on that common ground, that is for us to benefit.
What will you say if somebody, maybe a fan or a role player in the industry, stand up and say it's difficult for Gambian musicians to listen to each other because I don't see where we answer to? I don't mean like, okay, we follow somebody or that, but there's nobody that we answer to. That if this person talks or if this body setup talks, we're gonna listen.
It's funny, you know, because already, like today, me and Silky was talking about this, the same thing that you just asked, and he's like, it's gonna be difficult, bro, because everybody is a king on his own.
Yes.
You know,
so that's my
Silky told me this today.
Yes.
And I felt it so bad because I'm like, yeah, dude, it's true, because we all wanna be on top of our game. You know, like one time I commented on Facebook, like, unnecessary competition. I think some people will get it twisted. No, competition is good. Of course, competition is good. I want to be the best in my art. In fact, I am the best in my art. You know what I mean? But like, we need to know that competition is the art. You know, and the art need competition. But after that, we don't have competition within ourselves because we need to stand as one. And if somebody thinks we are not listening to each other, I think it's very true because we don't want anybody to step on us or to be on top of us. You know what I mean? But if you look at it in general, nobody's gonna be on top and nobody's gonna be down. One man goes, we all go.
I think that's a bad.
One man goes down, we all go down.
I think that's a bad look for us.
And that's a bad look for us, definitely.
Let's come back to T-Smallz, so a.k.a. Baba, a.k.a., you know what I mean? Katato and all that, you know what I mean? How far are you right now with the things you're doing? You've recorded, you recorded 2 EPs internationally. I've seen on Facebook you got an international manager too and all that.
Definitely.
How far are you going with the things you're doing? I know you're not centered on only one thing.
Yes, like from the beginning, T-Smallz is never centered on one thing because we have to grow. You know what I mean? For one thing to another. Okay, the international EP is recorded and done, and we're gonna have 6 tracks on it. It's gonna be released in the international world, I mean in Sweden. And this is not like, okay, T-Smallz is just gonna put 8 songs on iTunes, which anybody can do. ENC can do that, we all can do that, and it still be accessible to the international world. But this is like a distribution company that had to deal with Rufflings and Katato, and it's gonna be like released on all the channels that like any artist is releasing, any international artist is releasing an album. So we're waiting for the release date now from Swing Kids. And if we get this, we're gonna tell the Gambia that okay, we have a release date now, and the EP is gonna be online at so date. But it's not gonna be after January. It's gonna be before January.
It's like you
December, January, let's say.
That means you exporting your art to the
To the
international
world.
scene.
Yeah.
Nice. What are you gonna tell? I know a lot of young artists look up to people like you.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And the international scene is what Gambia needs most right
right
now.
Yeah.
Most of us don't have anything to prove here anymore.
To be honest,
They've been seeing us 10, 5, 6 years back, and you know what I mean? It's no repetition.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be more than what you are already. You're gonna be that.
If thank you so much, ANC. If you look at me, I mean, since my last album, you're seeing Small stop taking albums out. But if you're talking about singles,
they're out every day.
Man, come on, can upload my load.
Exactly. So
because
so about those who are looking up to you, the younger ones.
yeah.
But just I want you to share a little bit of a word for them, how they can channel themselves to the international scene, from the production wise,
Yes.
the kind of songs they will do, and how to work. Because
Yeah.
I think music needs to, you need to know how to work
Yeah,
to get the word out there.
I think just now, like lots of people then they yakamti, you know, which I think the upcoming artists, and in fact all of us, we need to look at that place. I mean that as an example, because you need to really work hard for us. You need to have loads of songs to the extent that you don't even know which songs you need to choose for a project. You know what I mean? And I see here and then I'm 2-3 songs, and you want to blow, you want to be the biggest at a go. Don't see Smalls or ENC have so many songs, or when I go on stage people sing to my songs, because these songs have been done for a long time, and we keep promoting them like one by one, dankan, people be mean ko. And I get level dinga graduate from that level to another level, and to the extent you wouldn't even want to sit here anymore. You want your music to go to the next level. Why? I'll tell you something. So what are them international summit? They will ask, what have you done? Your Lord Def. So if you have 3-4 songs here and you want to just push it out and blow, then what have you done? You know, that question will come, and they will want to know what have you done, because no them gonna come off flash and okay, you are big in your country, or you did this, that, and fake a develop. They want to know. And so like mentally it will disturb you, because mentally you need to be fit on stage, putting a 1 hour to perform.
Right.
You know me, and if you cannot do that, that is something you didn't work on for a long time since the whole career. So you need to be able to get loads of songs. Number one, you need to get you need to play loads of shows, because all the shows will bring experience to you. Smalls goes on stage. No, Smalls, they kill shows. Nah, Smalls is not performing today. He been performing a long time.
I know, right?
He been working
That's
on
what's
his performances and all
Before
that.
we
So all this is
leave,
important.
before we leave, everybody have known Trouble Smalls as the some people like Pakobu Dangam Bobu Nun, who got it, they Dangam, okay, you know, and your reputation in the music scene, nobody can take that from you. You got it. But the most popular beef that ever happened in the Gambia was your name stained in it and somebody else. You know what I mean? Talking about, we've seen you growing, and you've grown a lot. Now, at the level where you are right now, I think you are one of the right people who can talk about what beef does and what beef don't do, and why you should beef and why you need not to beef. If you happen to fall in that kind of thing right now, how will you handle it?
If I have to have a beef now, it doesn't have to be just ordinary, you know what I mean? Because I have my experiences with
how do you man not ordinary?
I mean, like, it has to be something that I will benefit from.
Okay.
You know,
means
because
you have to get paid
for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not just going to call names for nothing. And people don't have to call my name for nothing.
That means the beef is all about make the money.
Make the money or make the fame.
Okay.
And because with the fame, then the money comes.
So the last beef, what has it done to you?
It gained respect for me. You know what I mean? At the same time, it made some people disrespect.
Yeah.
But in the long run, that disrespect turned to be respect.
Okay.
Because then people thought it was more of the violence. And then we proved the people wrong. I'm not going to give that to all the me, both me and G. You know what I mean? We proved the people wrong. Okay, me and G had a beef. It's passional. We settle it. We take it musical. And it goes to the wrong way because the media was not handling it well. And then the audience take it wrong too. And then it start to bring conflicts. So now artists out there, if you try to get into a beef, drop it if you're not gonna make the money or if you're not gonna make the name. Yeah, but beef is good. I'm not gonna tell you a lie. Beef is good. but it depends on how we approach it. And most importantly, is the fans that take it out of the line. If we have a beef, we keep it musical. Trust me, there's nothing extraordinary that's gonna come out of it, like fights and all these things. Nah, that's not gonna come. Let's keep it musical. But also, if you're gonna beef me, it has to be a reason.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Stand on your grounds, and I'll also make sure I stand on my ground. For now, if anybody who beef, go and do a beef song, I'll laugh at you. Maybe I'll even play it on my show. You know what I mean?
There you go, Mr. T-Smallz. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for
so much,
listening to the show on Paradise FM. Thanks for watching on YouTube. MediaMatic 365. Keep watching and keep supporting. We're gonna have another part 5, 6, 7, or 8 because
inshallah.
Man,
I'm already enjoying this, man. You're the pro, man.
We've seen you. Salute.
Well,
see
love
you next week.
and all the people listening. Katato.
Nice.
One.
She wants more. She says she wants more. She wants more. She says she wants more. She wants more. That's what she says. She wants more. She wants more. She says she wants more. Mami man mak of yoga de. Mami man mak of chushde. Mami man mak of sukurde. Mantay fi machukude. Hale be more bad. Car mashallah she bad. Everything that I do she like. She not in a phony man beside. She say I'm the only man she like. She ride on the boy, I'm ride on the bike. Riding the noon, I'm riding in